Gymnastics YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing a class on locomotion. So what a locomotion is, it's a term we use to describe moving from one point to another. Okay, there are so many ways that we can move from point A to point B in gymnastics. Alright, so I want you to maybe have a think about all those different ways that we can do it, and maybe we'll do some of them today. Okay, so before we start doing some locomotion drills, we're going to have to do a bit of a warm-up to make sure that we're feeling nice and warm and energized to get started. Alright, so we're going to play a game called the dice game. Alright, so for our warm-up today, we're going to play a game called the dice game. So how this works is I have some dice here. I'm just going to roll them on the floor, and then whatever number we have, we're going to do that amount of an agilities drill. Alright, so I'm going to roll them. Alright, the first number we have is 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next number I rolled was 8. So now we're going to do 8 rocket jumps. So squeeze your ears nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finishing our motorbike shape again. Alright, let's roll it again. Alright, now we've got number 4. So we've got a 3 and a 1. Alright, so we're going to do 4 bunny hops. Alright, I've got a mat down here, and I'm going to do 4 bunny hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, the next number I rolled was a 4. We're going to do 4 tuck jumps. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Okay. Alright, the next number I rolled was an 8. So we're going to do running on the spot for 8 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And while we're here, we're going to do 8 seconds of jogging in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully not too dizzy. 6. Okay, this time what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 hopscotch. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, this time I want to see if you can do an arm action too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we got 8 again. Alright, we're going to do 8 jack in the box jumps. So, a jack in the box jump is when you touch the floor and then you jump all the way to the sky. Alright, let's do that 8 times. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Alright, let's do 2 more. Then, alright, this time what we're going to do is we're going to do high knees for 7 seconds. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's kick our bums for 7 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. All right, last one. Hopefully we're feeling a bit warm now. All right, I've rolled an 8. Do 8 ski jumps. All right, hands on hips, jumping from side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. I hope you guys are feeling a bit warm, feeling ready to get started. Before we get started, we need to make sure we're all also nice and stretched out. So we're going to do some stretches. So as you guys should know by now, it's really important that we stretch before we start our class to make sure we're all warmed up, to make sure we don't hurt ourselves, okay? It's important to stretch before any type of activity, physical activities, but especially gymnastics. All right, so we're going to start by circling our arms back, all the way around, squeezing our ears on the way up. All right, and we're going to try and go the other way, forward. Okay, all right, this time we're gonna bring one arm over and cross it here. Okay, come back and cross the other way. All right, the next one we wanna do is we wanna bring one arm around behind us like this, and we're gonna grab our other hand and stretch it. Other side. All right, a little challenge for you. You may be able to do this. Bring one arm behind and try and join your hands together. And you can also try on the other side. You might have one side that's a bit less flexible than the other. I can't do it on this side. But that's alright. Good reason to stretch it out. Alright, and rolling your shoulders backwards and forwards. Alright, and rolling your wrists out. Perfect. Alright, we're going to reach the sky. We're going to try and reach all the way down and touch the floor. Okay, we're going to try and reach down to one side. Try and have your hands flat on the floor. If you can't, that's okay, just reach down as far as you can. And the other side. Alright, we're going to switch our legs out. So just pulling your legs to either side out, one hand on each knee, and moving out. Alright, on hips, rolling your hips around, and then moving the other way. Alright, and when you grab your foot, bring it up, and stretch out your quad. Then grabbing the other foot. Alright, and just shake it out. Alright, perfect. So now we've warmed up and we're stretched. We're going to get started with the activities. Alright, good work.
Everyone, before we get started on some different activities, we're going to go over the correct arm positioning that we want to have during our various locomotions, okay? So we want to make sure we have our arms up nice and high in a Y shape, okay? We don't want to let our arms drop. It's sometimes easy to forget about our arm positioning when we're doing different steps, and you can kind of forget about them and they come down. But you want to make sure that you remember to keep your arms nice and high and your chest back, okay? So want your shoulders back. We don't want to see any slouchy gymnasts. We want our shoulders back and our arms up, okay? It's also important to remember that your thumbs are tucked under, okay? So we call this happy hands. We don't want any sad hands. You want to have nice sparkly fingers as well. And you want to be looking straight forward when you're doing your walks as well. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to remember is we want to keep our arms up nice and high in their Y shape and maintain that consistent arm position throughout all of your locomotion. We're going to try to put that into practice. Okay, so we're going to try a few different steps. I'm going to start off with our gymnastics walks. Okay, so you want to remember to have nice pointed toes, nice straight knees, your shoulders back, and your beautiful present shape, okay? So for this activity, we're focusing on our arms to see if we can remember to keep our arms in the correct position for the entire duration of our walks, okay? Let's have a go. So, on your shoulders back, thumbs tucked underneath, looking straight forward, and then don't forget to have nice straight knees and pointed toes. Okay, when you get to the end, you can turn around and go back the other way. Okay, you guys can have a couple of goes with me. Let's do 2 more laps. So looking forward, tuck your thumbs underneath, point your toes, straight knees. Good job. Okay guys, now that we've done our gymnastic steps, we're going to try with a couple more different types of locomotion. So the next one we're going to do is called pivot steps. Okay, so our pivot shape, you balance on one foot. So don't forget your arms need to be in that same position. And you bring one leg up next to your knee, okay? So I'll show you from the side as well. So you have one toe pointed and next to your knee, it should be horizontal. Arms back and looking forward, okay? You can try on both legs. Arms up, balancing on one foot. It's really important that when you're in your pivot shape, you don't have your toe resting on your knee, okay? In the long term, that's not very good for your knees health, okay? You don't want to put too much weight on your knee. What you want is you just want your toe balancing next to your knee, okay? So let's give that a go. Let's see if we can balance for 5 gymnastic seconds on each foot, remembering to keep our arms in their nice present shape, okay? So I've got my shoulders back, arms up, thumbs tucked under, one foot. You guys can balance with me. 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, 3 gymnastics, 4 gymnastics, 5 gymnastics. Okay, coming down, let's swap feet. Let's try on the other side, remembering to look forward the whole time as well. 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, 3 gymnastics, 4 gymnastics, 5 gymnastics. Okay guys, once you've done your balancing, let's give it a few shots in practice with some steps. Okay, so when we're doing our pivot steps, you want to remember to show the coach all of your shapes, okay? So you want to keep your arms up, and show them your pivot shape. You want to stretch your leg out, and then take your step, okay? Pivot, stretch, step. Let's try that again. So, shoulders back, pivot shape, stretch, step, pivot, stretch, step, and keeping your head up the whole time. Okay, let's do a couple more laps of those ones. Okay, good job guys. Okay, our next type of locomotion that we're going to be practicing today are our step kicks, okay? So, what's really important about step kicks is having nice straight legs. Okay, so the coaches would rather see a nice, beautiful straight legs rather than trying to kick your leg up super high, but then all of your other body positioning going out the window, okay? So we want to remember to have our nice arm shape in our present shape. We also want to keep the leg that's going to be on the floor, so not the leg that's kicking, the one that's supporting your weight. You want that leg to be nice and straight as well, and you want that foot to stay flat on the ground or on the beam. Okay, so you don't want to come up onto your tippy toes. Okay, so let's just practice our shape first. So, shoulders back, fingers tucked under, squeeze bottom, squeeze tummy, and you're going to lift one leg up. Okay, let's practice 5 on each foot on the spot. Okay, and the other foot. 4 and 5. You might find that one of your legs is more flexible than the other leg. For me, my right leg is more flexible, so my kicks are a little bit higher. My left leg's a bit more flexible, and my right leg's kicks aren't as high. But I would rather keep my legs straight rather than forcing my leg to kick higher than it can. Okay, so let's try some step kicks walking now. So shoulders back, looking forward. Keep your toes pointed. Another important thing to remember is to keep your back nice and straight, okay? You don't want to hunch over every time you do your step. You want your body to stay nice and still. Okay, and you can pretend that you're on a beam as well, so you can imagine a straight line on the ground, or you can use a piece of string, or even your floorboards, to imagine that there's a line on the ground and you've got to balance and stay directly on that line as well. Shoulders back. We'll do a couple more laps. And last one. Okay.
Next activity for our locomotion is we're going to learn how to do some sachets. Okay, so sachets are a special kind of locomotion that we often use to gain speed for our leaps when we do them. So, a sachet looks like this. Okay, I'm going to do one demonstration, then I'm going to explain. So we usually start with one foot in front, and you step, feet together, and land. Okay, so it should be a little bit quick, so you just push off one foot, and then when you're in the air, you want to try to join your feet together and step out again, ready to go for another one. Okay, so I'm going to try one more time. So I like to start with my right foot in front. So push off the floor, together, and finish. Okay, so this one we can just have our let's have our hands on our hips. Okay, so I want you to try and follow along. So we're just going to do 5, just one. Okay, you don't necessarily have a lot of space, so you're just going to do 1. So you step, feet together, and finish. Okay, and then you can turn around, so copy along with me. It might be a bit hard, so take a few goes at getting used to. Last one. So remember, we've got to really push off our front foot. So front foot together and land. Okay, this time I want you to try on your other foot. So that time I had my right leg in front, so this time I'm going to put my left leg in front. Okay, so I put off my left leg, join them together in the air, and finish in my lunge. Okay. So really pushing off, jump, and land. They're pretty tricky, so you might need to take a few turns. There's something a little bit different we haven't necessarily done before. Okay, so let's do 3 more. Last one. Okay. This time, Alright, we're going to take it to the next level and we're going to try to do a sideways sachet. So we're going to leave our hands on our hips again, just so we don't have to worry about what our arms are doing. So you put one foot out to the side, so you go side, together, and land. Okay, pretty much the same thing. Okay, this time I'm going to go back on my other leg. So you step, together, and finish. Alright, I want you to follow along. So if you want, you can do it on the same leg the whole time, or go back and forth like I'm going to do. So I'm going to stick my leg out to the side. I'm going to push off, bring them together, and land. Okay? Let's do 3 more. Push, together, and land. So it's almost like a really big jump with your laying your feet together. Okay, good job. Alright, our next locomotion, we're going to change things up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do some angry cat walking. Okay, so it's a little bit different to our other ones because we're not on our feet. Okay, we're going to be in a support shape. So, you're going to get down into angry cat shape. So you're on your knees and your hands, and you got a nice round chest. Pushing out really tall. Okay, this is a static shape, so we stay really still, and then we're going to make it a locomotion by walking forward. Okay, when you walk, you want to try to walk nice and neatly. I'm going to turn around and walk back. So still keeping my chest nice and round the whole time. Alright, I want you to have a few goes at that, just practicing walking forward, seeing if we can do it without letting us move side to side a lot. So you want to try to stay kind of super still as you walk. That's it. One more go. Okay. As an added challenge now, I want you to see if you can walk backwards. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to walk backwards and then forwards back the other way. So, to walk backwards, same thing, just lengthen your legs, still making sure your shape stays the same the whole time. All the way along. Then when you get back to where you started, you can walk forward. Squeezing nice and round. Now let's go backwards again. Try and move your hand and your leg at the same time. Forward and one more. And backwards. Okay. Alright, now that we've mastered our forward and backwards walks, we're going to give it a go with a bit of a challenge. So you're going to see if you can balance a toy or a pair of socks or whatever you have on your back while you do your walks. Okay, so you're going to be super slow to get them balanced. You're going to make a nice round chest like an angry cat shape. You're going to try balance whatever it is on your back, and you're going to try walk. Super slow and super carefully so that you don't shake it off. So you've got to work really hard at making sure your body doesn't move when you step. Your body stays really still. You squeeze your tummy muscles really tight. And you can try to go backwards as well. That's it. And let's do one more. Good job. I hope you had fun following along with your locomotion. Before we finish, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to have a bit of challenge. Okay, so one of the challenges we're going to do is we're going to do some crab walks, but we're going to do them in a funky way. Okay, so a crab shape is like this. It's almost opposite of like an angry cat shape. So like this, and you're going to get your hips up as high as you can. Alright, let's just practice that doing some forward walks. Walking forward, and then try walking backward. Try to keep those hips up as high as you can. Let's go forward again. That's it. Okay, so our challenge, we're going to do some crazy crab walks. Okay, so you're going to see if you can do it by walking in a circle. Okay, so you're going to walk all the way around. Well, it's pretty hard. Let's see if you can go the other way. Good job. And if you want an added challenge, at the end of the video you can give it a go. See if you can do it balancing your socks or your toy on your tummy. Alright, really good job today guys. I hope you had lots of fun. Don't forget you can still sign up for our Zoom classes. And if you're already coming to those, we hope you're having a good time. Alright, enjoy doing some gymnastics. Bye!